rotating away from the play, like by definition, gives you a better POV, right? Like with how Rocket League is designed, ball cam, your eyes are on the play. When you're constantly rotating to the ball, your eyes are constantly on the play. Now we rotate to the ball, and now our POV is very narrow, and this is fine. Like, you could play right here, but again, remember, like, you are Champ 3, Grand Champ 1, so your game sense, mechanics, ball control aren't high enough yet to deal with this POV. That's not to shoot shots at you, but rotate away from the play. And I'll just use like the one example, right? Let's say we rotate here. Teammate cycles this way, and you're right here. Right here. Look at this POV. Right? You would be positioned right here. You have a better POV, more awareness, more space to work with versus this POV. And this is why I initially said I feel like we're making decisions that are just not efficient. Crispy plays console as to why he said he was trying hard to get a replay. Sending replays on console is just, you have to use ballchasing.com. It's just has an extra step. This will be Champ 3, Grand Champ 1. We're actually getting up there, Crispy. Champ 3, Div 3. Like, you're probably going to run into Grand Champ 1s in your lobby. We'll see what's going on. Definitely like a random replay, which is totally fine. When I work with players privately or even encourage this for stream, just give me, it could be a good replay, a bad replay, or an average replay. No matter what, I'll find something. But like sending a random replay or an average game, there's value in that because that's probably your floor, right? Crispy is a very quick player. What we previously talked about was speed, I believe. Like, generally speaking, we built on speed and then we built on slow play, and now we're building on speed again. That's been the progression. But most of it was pushing out, I would say. Like this is pushing out. For anyone who doesn't know what pushing out is, it's you're playing defense, you attack the ball, and you don't immediately get back. You just do a little extension to mid, extension to corner. That's a use case scenario. But it could be to demo, it could be to steal boost, it could be to if this ball went here, this player booms it, plays an outlet. That's kind of like what we talked about. I want to keep building on speed because it's a good part of your playstyle. But I'll try to have an open mind. And this is really the goal, and this is why I want to keep building on speed. The initial comment, Crispy, was you're super, super fast, and you have good car control mechanics, but we don't have ball control mechanics, and we don't know how to turn off the speed switch. But like, you're super, super fast. We just pushed out, right? We're zooming, we're fast, we're looking for demos. Now we play a position. Now we slow down, and now we go for our one bounce air dribble. So that's really like all I was looking for in the progression, is understanding how to play fast, how to add value off the ball with demos or redirects or boost control, and then knowing when to play a position and when to slow down for ball control. So this is good. And like, mechanics broke down. That works out over time. I don't really care about that right now. The more you practice slowing down, the more consistent you'll get with those setups. That's fine. That was just kind of like a weird fake boost control grab, but doesn't bother me. Like, we should have just played the ball. You got a little greedy, and then we didn't boom this across. We should be booming this across, but yeah, play really broke down right here. This is where the play broke down, but we'll let this play. Another kind of, I mean, I like the boost control. And good mechanics. Good. Very good. I like these kind of cheeky boost control plays because you're making a creative decision. Like, it means you're thinking, like you're seeing the bigger picture play. If it keeps happening though, like some of them are a little odd. I like on a base level that you're creative off the ball. That's fine. I'm going to let this play. Something is bugging me. I just don't know what yet. Yeah, like, I don't know what this is, but this is bugging me. It's like we turn, but like we autopilot turn. The only option that this autopilot turn promotes is if this player wasn't here and this player hit it off backboard, you get the rebound. But like that's not happening. And also this player is like, I guess they're rotating out, but they're super close. The cut works rotationally, but it's more of a autopilot. We're losing awareness. And that's happened, like that's like the vibe I get from the boost control plays. And it's not like we're losing awareness for boost control, but like this is kind of, you know, we're losing awareness for Seth, our third man diving in. We're cutting this play. I don't know what to call it. I guess with the boost control in these cuts, we have a couple decisions in front of us, and we're choosing an inefficient decision. There's no right decision, but not one of the better ones. Like, I just want to see you rotate out or play a little bit deeper. Mostly because as you get into Grand Champ and up, which is the goal, I don't want to say never, but very rare does a ball just roll. Very rare. You have backboard defense, you have goal line defense. People aren't like autopiloting to goal line and staying and hesitating, right? Like that you might find in like Champ 1, Champ 2, where like people are just like super awkward in a defensive rotation. In Grand Champ, people are a lot more flowy and moving, and they're not thinking and they're just going. So very rare will like a ball roll out for you to play. This is just where my head's at. Good. Nice try. I mean, we're moving, dude. Like, I like where speed is. I like where push-outs are. We're making attempts at slowing down. I get a little bit of a ball chasey vibe. Don't know if that's good or bad, but you know, like I'm thinking more on the bigger picture progression. I would, if this was your first review to me, we need to play patient, position at the midfield, position on the goal line. We're ball chasing. I want to see if there's a middle ground. Ball chasing's not bad. This is just what I mean. It's like, just look at our POV. Okay, we're going to go for this. We're going to turn, get our boost, which totally, right? Like you turned and got your boost because you wanted to play the ball. Like you wanted boost to play the ball. That's like the root of the decision. And now teammates rotating back, and he's like, okay, I'll get my boost and I'll transition up the sidewall. Right? So like these are the results of the problem. And then like we quick turn and we're just looking at the ball. And now we're following, and then we're not respecting our teammate here. And, you know, like that's why I say it's ball chasing. You're peeling off. You're not always diving, but it's more of you're not respecting your teammates. All this is good, though. I mean, I'd rather you ball chase than be afraid to play the ball. But I want to see if there's a middle ground to kind of solve this. Like, now we bump our teammate. Like, something is going on. I don't know if it's ball side. Like, if we need to refocus, like, really just rotations. I almost feel like that could be the middle ground because I don't want to lose speed. I don't want to lose our confidence to play the ball. I think it's that, dude. And we'll keep it, like, very general. Very general. And I'll show some examples for you before I do so. This is very simple, dude. Move the ball up the field, rotate through the goal line, track mid, rotate across, track pads, bam, retake a third. Biggest points. Okay, first off, you don't have a problem moving the ball up the field. No problem whatsoever. Biggest thing is this. Move the ball up the field, get through, and then you have three options. Corner, middle option, Well, let me try to describe that better. Get through the corner. That would be the riskiest option just because of the space, right? More space between a ball, teammates, etc. Least risky, closest space, closest to the ball, and then a middle ground. And you're just getting through the corner, tracking those 3 rotations, stealing this if you want, retaking a third, or cutting into the midfield. And I think that is the middle ground I want to meet you at, because you like to play the ball, you like to cut. Let's try to prioritize our cuts on the opposite side of the field. So it's after you rotate or you just retake. And this is mirrored on defense, and I'll break down that defensive play as well. You play the ball in the corner, just like you push through the corner on offense, push through the corner on defense. Riskiest option, least risky. And you're either pushing out, play boost, play an outlet, play a demo, and retaking a back post or backboard. And I'll show examples. And the strategy with this, I don't want to lose the speed. I don't want to go down a defensive route. I think a lot of these, like, loss of awareness, making a decision that might not be as efficient, it's resulting in wanting to play the ball. And I think we could kind of like classify it as ball chasing, but ball side rotations in a nicer fashion. And keep it broad, just like focus rotations, because I like where the progression is. So like, we'll move the ball up the field. You play the ball, and you're done. And this is a weird play. We're starting with the weird play. You wouldn't rotate across the goal line because that would be rotating on the ball side because the ball is moving here. You just rotate away. So those would be like the 3 concepts, right? Like really offensive and defensive rotations are the same thing. Just one's on offense, one's on defense. Rotating through the goal line, rotating through the corner, goal line, or rotating away from the ball. Really, I guess what we could call this, rotate away from the ball. But I want you to think about the corner, right? Pushing through that corner. So all you do right here, leave the play, retake a third. Don't attack the ball. And then we see this. And over time, okay, first off, what you're doing is not bad by any means. Totally a fine ball side rotation. But I want to like kind of coach the extreme. Rotate away, track pads away, and retake a third. Obviously, this was fine. It works. All right, we're going to play the ball. We play it, right? We could play this. I wouldn't want you to play it. There's nothing here. We're on the ball side, right? Rotate away. There's no right way to rotate, man. It's not always get through the goal line or always rotate on the sideline or always go through the midfield. On a macro level, it's just rotate away from the play because we're creating this congestion for teammates. Obviously, you could take corner, right? You could take corner. It was a good play. But trust me on you are making good decisions, good rotations, and they work. We just don't have the awareness levels, the game sense levels, or the ball control yet to really take advantage of the ball side rotation. You're still going to rotate on the ball side, but we're going to try to rotate away from the play, through the corner, cross the goal line, away from the play, get a little bit, I'll like literally show you in this play. The whole point of rotating away from the ball is it promotes awareness. Rotating away from the play, like by definition, gives you a better POV, right? Like with how Rocket League is designed, ball cam, your eyes are on the play. When you're constantly rotating to the ball, your eyes are constantly on the play. Now we rotate to the ball, and now our POV is very narrow, and this is fine. Like you could play right here, but again, remember, like you are Champ 3, Grand Champ 1, so your game sense, mechanics, ball control aren't high enough yet to deal with this POV. That's not to shoot shots at you, but rotate away from the play. And I'll just use like the one example, right? Let's say we rotate here. Teammate cycles this way, and you're right here. Right here. Look at this POV. Right? You would be positioned right here. You have a better POV, more awareness, more space to work with versus this POV. And this is why I initially said I feel like we're making decisions that are just not efficient. We'll still rotate ball side. Like, I'm a big fan of ball side rotation. I'm a big fan of cut rotation. I'm a big fan of speed, aggression. But just for this first week, let's try to rotate away from the play, get more awareness, increase our decision making. Keep showing examples for you. Like, say we're always, this is fine. I keep saying that. Your rotation is fine. You're pushing for a demo. These are 100% fine decisions. But just notice the trend. We're always rotating to the ball. Dude, this is fine. It's totally a fine decision. But we're just going to work on rotations away from the ball, down the center of the field to get more awareness. Okay? Let's see how this play progresses. We rotate to the play. Now we get clogged. And we get our quick pickup. So I would say that was pretty efficient, right? We could have flicked and done something more with the ball, and that's what I mean by, like, ball control just isn't, and game sense isn't where it needs to be for the rotations you're making. They're very tough. Let's say we rotate this way, right? And we eventually got to like a midfield or a back post right here. And we see that. One bounce air dribble. So this was a fine option. And this was a fine option. Both options work, but there's benefits to rotating to the ball, benefits to rotating away from the ball. I'm just trying to solve cutting off teammates, rushing decisions, rushing ball control. All right. Try to find a couple more examples for you. This was the defensive example, and then we'll clean up this replay. So we're here. This is good. This is good. Yes, you could play that more efficient. You could play goal line. You could play yada, yada. But we're not breaking down defensive plays. We're just talking about rotation. You make this. We're calling this a corner challenge just because you continued your momentum in the corner. Remember the diagram. Risky option, as in like pushing out for boost, pushing for a redirect, a demo, and then retake. Back post, backboard. Or less risky option and just track this small pad rotation. But look how we instantly turn back, instantly get boost, get bumped, instantly go ball side, bump our teammate, rush into the play, and you could break down the play several areas where, like, yeah, we could have just not rushed this play and the play would have worked out, but it's all rooted in the ball side rotation. And what happened where this play broke down, in my opinion, was when you initially turned back to get boost, this player is thinking, yes, I want corner, I want to hit up side ball, I want to air dribble, right? And you're cutting off your teammate's solo play versus, and I'll just do like hypotheticals, you make your play and you continue your momentum. You don't want this. You don't want ball side. You play forward for a boost, a redirect, a demo. We'll break it down there. Teammate gets solo play. You controlled this boost. Teammate is air dribbling, and you're bumping last man, and that's an easy goal. Or you steal this boost. Teammate got solo play. You track this way, and you're an outlet pass. So the ball side rotations are fine, but you're missing out on solo play impact, and you're missing out on all of this other impact because of the habitual tendencies to turn ball side every time. Like every time. And that's why it's like, oh, you're not respecting teammates, you're cutting off teammates, you're rushing your ball control. It's dude, you know me, Crispy, probably in a couple weeks I will talk about ball side rotation with you. But for now, like, it's just kind of the biggest issue in this replay. Like, as in the root of the problem, there's other issues going on for sure. But this is like an easier way to tackle them. So like maybe this is the final example. We're rotating on the ball side. Rotate down the center of the field. Rotate away from the play. And maybe we'll run into over-rotation problems. I don't necessarily want you to rotate all the way back every time, but what you could do right here is track your pads down the center of the field, play a midfield, determine what happens here, either get your corner or support with like 50 boost at the midfield. But instead, what we do is we rotate ball side and accidentally bump our teammate. So let's do a hypothetical. Let's say we rotate down the center of the field and we get to about here. Teammate would play that. We'd probably cycle this way. Teammate would 50. Something would happen. We'd get boost and maybe we can play. Or at least we'd be holding boost, holding pressure, and not on defense. So that's where I'd leave this replay, man. There's one more example. I'll break it down. But I just want to clean up gameplay. That's kind of the goal of this, just cleaning things up. This is the POV I want to promote, right? We rotate away from the play. Look at this huge POV. That's what we want because this raises awareness and you'll make better decisions. We rotate away from the play. Now we get that nice POV again. And should this ball go mid, you turn, cut it. These are the cuts I want. Cuts from the opposite side of the field, not ball side rotation cuts that look like ball chasing when done improperly. We want to cut from the opposite side of the field for now. When we have more awareness, more space, we'll make better decisions, probably get more ball control. We rotate away from the play. Look at huge POV right here. On a psychological level, like a mentality level, I do think give your teammates space to solo play, respect your teammates. Those are good kind of mantras to have because we rush into the play so much and it's leading into positioning problems. We get like choked up, but it's kind of like the vibe I get is you rush into the play because it's more of it's a comfort zone thing for you. You like to, but we don't trust our teammates. And then when our teammates actually do something, we rushed in and now we're choked up and can't do anything with the play. As in, I want a shot, solo play ball control. Raising the individual impact. It's not just dive the ball, steal boost demo. Like, you could still force to play. We're never going to lose this. Nice try. Overall, I like where progression is. I really do. We went super, super fast, built on speed, then went super slow. I didn't like the side effects of that. So now we're going fast again, and now we're kind of refining the speed, and now you're almost Grand Champ 1. And this is how, like, the progression goes.